So this is going to be controversial, but I like to be controversial. And it might be a little bit self-contradictory. I don't really care. But just hear me out because it makes perfect sense. It's about AI and how AI really is dangerous for you. Now, hear me out first. Like I said, I use AI myself. And I'm going to give you an example of how. I do vibe coding, I test things out, I make it write apps and different programs. And I also think that with respect to archiving and being sort of like a digital librarian, doing document search, organizing folders, etc., AI is unmatched, literally, because it can work faster and flawlessly and much better, much more efficient than any human can and will ever. That's just a fact. With respect to persuasion and talk and communication and human communication, AI absolutely sucks balls. And it's going to suck balls for forever. Until forever. Or until we actually integrate with the robots. It's going to suck balls. Because, and I'm going to tell you why. Using one of these AI chatbots or agents or whatever you want to call them. Yeah, let's use an AI chatbot. Let's say you're running a store, a business, and you're out and you can't answer the phone or whatever, or you can't answer the chat. That's fine. In that case, AI could be beneficial with respect to letting the prospect or the customer know something along the lines of, hey, I'm not here at the moment, but the minute I see this chat, I'm going to respond to you. Instead of having the AI, the chatbot, pretending it knows just about everything. Because I can tell you, nothing is more frustrating than talking to an AI chatbot and having to repeat yourself over and over again because it doesn't recognize what you mean, or it doesn't understand that line of thinking, or even worse, it's responding to a different set of questions that you already answered, or it's responding with the same sort of generic nonsense. I was about to order, to change my ticket, my airplane ticket at Lufthansa's website, and I had to go through all of these chatbots and all of these scripts and all of these logs, and it was just unnerving. It was so much better to talk to a human being, because at the very least they would understand exactly what I meant. And that's the problem. This AI sucks because of that. And listen, even if it didn't suck, even if it understood everything that I said flawlessly, I still would have preferred talking to a human being. Why? Because subconsciously, I want to communicate with a human. I don't want to communicate with a robot. I don't. If I'm sick, if I'm at the hospital and I need a nurse to take care of me, then I want a nurse. I don't want a robot. I even want a male nurse instead of a robot. And that says a lot. Right? Nobody wants to be taken care of by a man. You need a woman. That's just how it is. And if I want a male nurse instead of a robot, that says a lot. Right? Because subconsciously, you're talking to a machine. That's kind of like talking to that's kind of like talking to nobody. That's kind of like knowing that, oh, I'm all by I'm all by myself out here. Fundamentally, it's just wrong. You know it's wrong. It doesn't feel right. It isn't right. And it shouldn't be right either. And that's why you need to focus more on connecting with other humans, talking to humans, developing those soft skills, developing those communication skills. Those are what matter. Those are what's going to take you further in life. Those are what really will save you, ultimately, from becoming totally insane, because it's kind of like it feels like solitary confinement. I haven't been in solitary confinement, fortunately, and I don't want to do it either. But those who have tell me it's horrible. You got nothing to talk to. You don't hear anybody or anyone else. It's all clean. It's all polished. And it's horrible. It's just you and the concrete wall. Well, with respect to AI, it's just you and the robot. Make it you and other humans. Think about it, and think about all the persuasion lessons you can derive from that. If you want to learn more about persuasion, then get subscribed to my email list. The link to do so is in the episode description wherever you're all watching and or listening to this, and I'll see you there.